Hey Aries, it's Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your August 2018 Soul Tarot reading. I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck. I'm going to toggle over in just a few minutes and say hello. Um, if you are new, welcome. And to everyone who's been journeying with me, following along the channel for the last year and a half, Spirit says it's a very exciting moment to be here. Thank you so much for your love and support and all the energy that you've been streaming through to me. And Spirit says to the universe, it is very well appreciated. So the reading is going to be a little bit untraditional today. I am sitting back because there is so much energy coming through that I'm just, instead of going through the reading in the way I usually do, I'm handing it over to spirit guides and they're going to talk about all the information that is there will come out, but perhaps a little bit different than the usual way I go through the cards. All right. So Spirit asked me to show you the cards from the last 3 months. So those are the cards for June. Spirit's asking you to pay attention to the light energy in the reading because that's what we're going to talk about today. So there we are in June, having this incredible journey. And the outcome was the beautiful liberator. So the whole journey was mystical, shamanistically led, the great goddess at the gateway, the guardian of truth. There are a prophecy on the top row, the beautiful semius, the augury of art, the prophecy of the art of your being, what it is to be a light worker, Spirit says, and to work with those types of energies. And so at the end of the month, the liberation, and then in July, a continuation of that story. We still see the beautiful adventure of art on the top left. Actually, two adventure cards. Spirit saying, look at the left-hand column, and you will see the way in which you've been coming into communication and becoming available yourself to the energies of the sun, to the energy of Uranus, to the energies of the eclipses, and that's, of course, what we're going to talk about today. Wait to see the reading. So if you look at the bottom row, or pardon me, left-hand column, so coming into alignment with yourself, into these light energies, and then two adventures of skill and adventures of art to go forward and build that which you need. And then to the right of that, the center row, on the bottom, that is the perfecter of energy. It was an announcement that you had finished a cycle and that going forward into the next year, you would be using the new energy set point. They're saying that you have inhabited. And if you look up the row, we see the sun, we see this beautiful young warrior who is able to provide that which is needed. And the sacred chalice, the judgment of art, that which no longer serves flowing away. And that energy flowing into the right-hand column, that is the king of skill. He makes the shoes he will need because he is going on a new journey. And he has come forward, come across, Spirit says. His shield is on the wall. And below him, that is a sacred foundation card. That is about standing with the wisdom of the ancients. It's a fertile moment. We see that young woman standing there with all these ancient masters, Spirit says, and again below indications of the sun card, and coming in contact with ancient knowledge. That is the protector of lore. That individual, that sacred individual, able to stand in the simple joy of the full light of the sun, the abundance, standing on the sacred ground of the ancients, having been transformed. So a lot of journeying for all of us. And here are the cards for August. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pop through and say hi. Hey, everybody. As always, I'm really excited. I'm an Aries rising, so I've been very eager for these readings to come out this month. If you don't know, there has been a lot going on here at Moonrise Cottage. This place is also meeting another step in its own destiny. So I'm deeply in the process of preparing myself for that and preparing the place. There's going to be a special announcement when the readings are all out. There is actually going to be a fire ceremony here at Moonrise Cottage on the day of the eclipse. So I'll tell you more about that. Just keep a watch for that little reading, okay? And Spirit saying, and the purpose is to ignite this place and to open the portal so that the journeys that people are meant to have can go forward. And Spirit's talking about wanting you to be along. So I'll get into, it's too long to talk about right now. All right, so let's toggle back and take a look at the cards for the month of August. It's going to blow your mind. It blew mine. I was very happy when I saw it. Okay, so hang on just one second. Okay, here we go. So that's July. Take a look at the cards that are there. Take a look at the journey that was going on in July and the fact that you were liberated. That was the outcome card, and Spirit saying it's always the prophecy for the days coming forward. So here comes August. Check it out. Look at the fire energy in that reading. There is initiation. We are standing at the gateway. We are coming into a place on the soul level where we are able to stream our energy forward and become the beautiful rememberer of sacred lore. Look at all the fire. Aries, Spirit, I usually say Spirit says we're going deep. Spirit says we're going out. So that's what the fire ceremony is about. I hope many of you can join me. Spirit wants to start with the center points of the reading. So take a look at the very center column of cards. On the human realm, you step into your destiny. That is a major arcana card. That is the dedicator of lore. And obviously, it is about some form of initiation, and that is definitely, Spirit says, what is happening this month. You are coming into yourself. We are all going through a very great transformation with these. Spirit's calling it the triad of the eclipses and the triad of the water and earth trines. And what is happening now with this eclipse on the 11th in Leo, there are aspects to Aquarius. There's so much to draw from, Spirit says. And so wanting to start out by just illustrating for you what is happening in the center point of your being. So take a look at that column. Just note the illustrations. I am going to talk about them. And then look at the center row. Look across from the left to the right. It's astounding to me what I see here. So in this reading, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9 are major arcana cards. And there is a prophecy coming forward about the shift and change that is happening for you. It's a very powerful month. Spirit says, do everything in your power to understand the nature of that power, the nature of your deep being. All right. So the card over the top of the reading is the beautiful balancer of energy. And what I'm going to do today, actually, whoops, sorry, wrong toggle. I'm trying to find my happy face. There we go. Okay. The balancer of energy. That is the Justice card in the traditional tarot. And Spirit saying the reason I chose this card, meaning my guides, not me, okay? So, is wanting to show you the place into which you are arriving, deep out in the universe, because of the power of the sun, the power of Uranus, Aquarius, the eclipse. It is, Spirit keeps calling it a sacred triad that is happening. So I posted a video on my playlist from Pamela Gregory, who's an amazing astrologer. I think it's 20 minutes long. She goes through every single thing. I'm not an astrologer. I can't do it. It's important, Spirit says, especially for the fire sign folks. Go watch it and make some notes for yourself about these moments that are happening in the days and the way the alignments are playing out. Because Spirit's talking about, it's about this and about all the cards that we're seeing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, Spirit's asking me this month to just focus on the divinatory meaning of the cards. But one of the things I personally love about this card, it's a female deity. She is out in the universe, standing in the swirl of the energy, coming into a place of balance. She has been split open and re-sewn, and she has become new. And that's what Spirit's talking about. I'm so excited about all these things because of the implications for myself, for Moonrise Cottage and the way things are moving forward here. And Spirit's been talking a lot. I'm getting a little nudge on my shoulder, reminding me to speak about the way in which all of the energy patterns, meaning earth, air, fire, water, okay, are in these moments joining together. Spirit's talking about the tapestry and how the eclipse in Cancer led the way. So the water element is really important. If you have the time and you have the inclination, go and watch the videos that have come out. Each strand of energy is very important in all the unfolding and balancing that is happening for all of us. The tapestry's been ignited. The people who travel along with me, Spirit says, much more of that is going forward. It is going to start on the day of the solar eclipse on the 11th. So heads up, Spirit says. So let me toggle back. All right, the balancer of energy shows the goddess of safe passage. She is known as the steerswoman, and she was invoked by all travelers, especially seafarers, and by those transacting business. In the Celtic tradition, she was known as Ellen, the goddess of the ways. She is depicted as a Celtic dancer. Ellen opens the ways and the roads and the sea routes, as well as the dreamways, giving free passage to those who take the trouble to map their own soul's route. And so, oh shoot, I'm sorry, I got the wrong picture up there. Darn it. Yep, Mercury's in retrograde. All right, there she is. So, that's what Spirit's talking about with this message coming through about the sacred goddess. It is the moment when you can map out the root of your soul. And we see her standing next to the outcome card, which is about the soul. So going forward from here, you are going on another soul journey. And you are going to continue to be deep. And you are going to, Spirit says, you are going to continue to burn because you are being ignited. And the sacred light, being a light worker, being able to walk with that energy here on the earth and to spark the existence of your own life and those around you. And that's what Spirit meant about you're going to continue to burn. It's about emitting energy. Okay. So again, I think maybe there's going to be a live stream about that once we get through these days. I'm doing some travel. I'm leaving in a couple days. I'll be gone. There's just so much energy swirling already. Just like that. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm standing in my life like that. So the balancer of harmony opens the way. And she also guards them. And then there's some language in the book about, living a life of full integrity that submits to all of the soul's motivations and actions, committing to truth first rather than seeking to find out how truth may be bent to serve you. And, you're being asked, how is it that you keep, what is it, how is it that you keep in balance with the universe? So sitting to the left of the beautiful goddess Ellen, we see the prophecy in this reading. And Spirit says, it's, since you've been looking into the cards and the things I've been saying, it's wholly obvious, all right? The augury of skill, a prophecy about wielding the sacred sword, or the spear, rather, of Lu. All right. You know what? Because it is Mercury retrograde, I'm having a lot of little challenges with my tongue. The viewer's been off, so bear with me, okay? All right. Look at that beautiful warrior. Beautiful male energy. A transformation has occurred. He is open from the will center all the way up. He's a little bit wild and unruly. It's one of the things as an Aries that I love about him. A prophecy about being able to hold, possess, and wield this instrument that is meant to clear away obstacles. And interestingly enough, actually, let me talk back. Look at the bottom right-hand corner. That is the sacred god, Lu. He is holding his spear. He is able to clear away obstacles, and he is in direct connection with the mystical realm and the divine, and he stands below Ellen. And Spirit says, look up the right-hand column. There's just, Spirit's very excited today. Excited to talk to you, and it's coming through. I can feel it, the energy coming through me. So, okay, here we go. A new beginning, obviously. All right, number one. a prophecy about what is coming forward as you go forward in your life and certainly through the remainder of the year. So this is a new set point. And if you would, Spirit says, if you would kindly look at some of the other, Spirit's calling it tapestry reading. So I think I said it, earth, water, just take a look. If you have any of those things in your chart, go look. There are strings of energy that exist. I think we all know that. Those things are beginning to weave together. That's why Spirit's been talking about the tapestry. So you, in this moment, come deeper into your power, a new place of power. Youthful, strong, clear, integrity, able to clear away obstacles and send forward your intentions with the power of the Spirit of Lu. And you see the beautiful shining city in the background? That's what we are creating. It's about the destiny we want to have here in this place. Pardon me. So, I feel, honestly, I feel like I'm on a racehorse or a speeding train. The energy that's coming through is so intense. Spirit's very, being very insistent. The words are coming through so rapidly, I can hardly capture them. All right. Spirit wants to talk about the center row on the human realm, the initiation. Okay. Major Arcana, the dedicator of lore. It is about making a willing sacrifice, in a sense. All right. Obviously, the sacred initiate is someone who has a serene submission to one's life pattern. And so, again, Spirit's talking about the energy. Have faith in the integrity of your actions. Find the knowledge of your being within you. And the dedicator, of course, is dedicated to service of a higher nature or calling. And it also has to do with a period of waiting or transition. So, because we see the dedicator, the initiation, right below the beautiful augury of skill, the prophecy about these things coming forward, there are some moments that I think part of what Spirit is saying is just to let you know that this is where you're standing and that, this notion of a period of waiting. I believe what Spirit is trying to say, in part, is that this takes a lot to assimilate. So as you go through the month of August, just stand in this place. Ponder all these things very deeply. There's nothing you have to do. It is what you are going to experience that matters. Okay? So the dedicator of lore makes a willing sacrifice to become one with the sacred lore of his tribe. And, that means humanity. Think about all the sacred texts and all the prophets and the Spirit saying both male and female that have come forward through the human imagination. All the things that we have drawn to us so that we could ponder them for all these thousands of years until these moments come forward. And Spirit's talking about, the Lion's Gate and how the journey from that point to this point prepared us for the moment that we're in. We are culminating a cycle and we are beginning something new. And so in August, Spirit says, stand in the light. Just stand there. And some of these cards are a little bit mystical. Look at the soul card. Look at the bottom left. The beautiful high priestess, the guardian of truth. She is the guardian of the gateway. So when the portal opens on the eclipse, these are the experiences. If you look across the bottom row, that indicates the human experience. So, Spirit's asking me to read, so I'm just going to flip through the pages of my book as we hopscotch around. All right, the guardian. The guardian of truth prepares the soul to seek for truth that is hidden in all places. The seer unfolds the patterns of destiny for the soul. And the Spirit question is, what's the source of your truth? So, when the eclipse comes on the 11th, you stand at the gateway of the next initiation of your soul journey. In order to do what is meant for you, you are being protected, you are being welcomed. And, if you've never been through an initiation ceremony, let me just toggle back for a second. I've had a couple in various stages in my life. Some of them just came to me really suddenly. But when you stand in that moment, it is extremely reverent. It is really powerful. If you have the ability to make a ceremony for yourself or gather with your friends, ask them, help me, I'm going to make a ceremony for myself. Do it. It's going to make you feel so good. And Spirit says, you can go online and look that up if you want to know about it. If you want to come here for a ceremony, this is exactly what's going to be going on here. Exactly. Well, and then some. Spirit says more stuff like that. Right? So you come to this moment where you stand at the gateway, and it's an incredibly powerful moment because when you step into that circle for initiation, you know you've taken a leap straight out into the universe. And amazing things happen within you as you weave yourself, Spirit's been talking about the tapestry, to all those energies so that you can travel and dedicate yourself to your own life, to your own inner being, and join the tapestry and stream the energy within your soul out to join all the others that are here doing the same thing. The card next to that, there it is. Spirit says, there's so much energy running through the reading, but there's Luke, okay, the Pathfinder. It's incredibly beautiful to me that the Pathfinder is here on one end and the guardian of the gateway. So this bottom row that portends an initiation, a sacred shift and change, Spirit says, take that really seriously. You are being asked to pause at the gateway, in the days before the eclipse. However you do your sacred practice, whatever it is, Spirit says it doesn't matter, but do it and ponder these notions. And if you need to come back here and take a look at these cards just to help you remember what's going on, go for it. All right. The gateway, the portal. Spirit's talking about the yin and yang. We've been talking about it for a year and a half through my voice. So Spirit says, if you look at that bottom row, that's the perfect depiction. And look how what is happening in your human realm reflects what's happening on the top row of cards. That's the representation of your soul journey. And all the points in between, Spirit says, right? That's the center row. So just Spirit's telling me, I don't need to explain it because everybody can figure it out. And I know you can, but I'm going to give you the benefit of some words, okay? All right, so let's see. Hang on, let me just check in with Spirit. Okay, yin and yang. So that is the perfection of the yin and yang. When you stand in the middle way, join together with those energies in your human life, these are the type of unfoldings that you have. The High Priestess comes. She is very mysterious. She travels in the ethers. She is the moon card. She is aligned with the liberator of devotion. And when you see those cards, the coloration is always the same if you haven't noticed. And there's Ellen, right? The goddess of balance coming over the top of the reading. So, as the theme. And then we look down to the human realm and we see balance immediately. We see you going through the middle way between the male and female energy that is there, each in their very powerful, most powerful forms to encircle you for an initiation. And Spirit says, take it very seriously. It's literally what's happening. Okay. So, look up the center column. While you stand in your initiation, you become able to wield the sacred spear of Lu. You become renewed. You are open, you're strong, and you are wild, and you are free. And Aries, how much do we all want to be free? It's one of the deepest desires in my heart. And it's freedom of all kinds, freedom of movement, freedom of self-determination, freedom to be like that young man that we see in that depiction, sitting in my place, sending forward my intentions, whatever they might be. I don't want the yoke of society on my person, Spirit says, right? So it's all kinds of, Spirit saying, notions like that, right? Allow yourself to be who you are as we go through the month of August, and you feel these eclipse energies just coming into you, balancing the fire element set point. You'll come into the beauty of your existence, and you'll know what to do with it. I have no doubt, because it's here in the cards. All right. So, Spirit's talking about the center column. Okay, Queen of Art. Spirit says she's here in a way, another manifestation of the sacred guardian of the gateway, the guardian of truth. The Queen of Art, interestingly enough, Spirit says this is why I asked her to come. The Queen of Art sits on a throne, and her throne is the triple spiral of shift and change. So the last card on the bottom row is the King of Art, and the Queen of Art is here. The sacred mates, Spirit says, the male and female energy. There's been a lot of shift and change. If you have not seen the videos that I posted about my full moon journey and I've been talking about the return of the goddess, and now Spirit is assuring us all the rise of sacred male energy through all of these, through the cycle of the past year. It's here. We are here together, right? So the beautiful Queen of Art, divinatory meaning is feminine energy, obviously, right? A visionary woman who is able to implement her dreams. She is emotionally mature, loving, sensitive to others' needs. She prefers home to the world at large, and she is very attuned to the resonance of music and poetry, the arts, soul food. She enjoys contemplative and creative existence. So the deeper text, I don't want to go through all of it because it just uses up so much time. It represents Brigid, and Brigid is frequently seen as the goddess of creative wisdom, a teacher of a certain spiritual lineage that is claimed and owned by all creative people. And Spirit's talking about the creation principle. I just posted a video at the very top of the August playlist. That is what we're talking about. That is what happened for me when I do astral travel. It is the experience that I had with all the folks who joined on the soul travel invitation that happened at the full moon. So Spirit is talking. There are images coming through. It's a pictorial type of message this morning. Spirit says again why the cards are the way they are, because in a way it is self-evident if you look deeply into them. All right. So this sacred Queen of Art, the mother figure, the goddess Brigid, Saint Bridget of Kildare. She represents all those things, and she is the daughter of the great god Dagda. We're going to talk about that in a moment. She is the mother of memory, and she is able to call upon the resources of life to nourish, heal, and instruct. She keeps alive the sacred fires of creativity and kindles our creative flame. And so, look, Spirit says, just look at the center column. And the way in which you are aligned with the stars, the way in which you are literally aligned with the eclipse energy. And Spirit's talking all about, and you know what? It's interesting. Spirit's talking about going deeply inward, which is what that Justice card indicates. Going deep in order to have a mystical journey. And we see you emerging out of that on the human realm, right? So both, okay, Spirit's calling it both sides, meaning the top row and the bottom row, each a very mystical journey, all the way through. The triple spiral of the birth, life, death, rebirth process. And in the human realm, you are having a rebirth through the dedicator of lore and initiation, which is also provided actually by a sacred goddess. She is the goddess of sacrifice. And she sacrifices herself, just like the initiate does, to the dedication of a certain type of sacred lore. And she bestows upon the initiate, who is blindfolded, willing to walk in the mystery of life, with his sacred amulet. And the moment you take it and you put the amulet around your neck, I know this for sure, you step into the realm of the Pathfinder and you become the Pathfinder, and from those days forward, you are able to wield the sacred sword of Lu and fly back and forth to the mystical realm and use the sacred energy of the sun. Uranus, the energy of Uranus, the spark, literally, of existence. And so if you look at the left-hand card in the center row, that's what I call, Spirit calls the bridge card, that which connects your human journey to the soul intention. That's the sun. And you emerge. It's a major arcana card, the protector of lore. I'm going to show it to you. There it is. See? All about abundance, simple joys and pleasures. You've been through your initiation and you emerge in this way. Marked forever, Spirit says, and this is about, the sun card. It's about male energy. I've been talking about it a lot. You emerge in this way as the sacred initiate. And this card stands right above the beautiful feminine card about the guardian of the gateway that allows one to cross through and have this experience. Okay. So the power of the way all these energies are joined are bringing forward this journey now because we have the capacity, because we've both arrived. And then comes the eclipse. And Spirit's talking about to cement the experience forever so there's never any doubt again. Okay. Standing on the sacred ground of the ancients, there's the destiny spiral turning. Very beautiful. Abundance, joy, sacred vision, happiness, purity, energy. And just above that, another major arcana card. So that's the other thing. The way the major arcana, pardon me, are spread throughout this reading is very impactful. Okay, Spirit's talking about the encapsulation of your being in the major arcana energies and intentions. Okay, so the left-hand column is all about major arcana, and that extends on the bottom row into your moment of initiation, above which stands the prophecy. The beautiful rememberer of lore has everything to do with the ability to come into, lots coming through, sorry. So he is related to the dedicator of lore and the protector of lore. All three are here. I've never seen this happen in a reading before. All three, pardon me, the triad, that's what Spirit was talking about, of this energy that is here in this reading, okay? So, first you take the step of the initiate, the dedicator of lore. And then you come into the protector, the sun, into the full light of the sun, because the Pathfinder ushered the way for you. Right? And then on the spirit realm, the notions that come through, the voice of this energy is within your soul. How beautiful is that? It's gorgeous. Look at this. Look at that. The coloration always tells us a lot. So it's pink, right? New growth, shift, change, sacred male energy. All the things I've been talking about for the last week, and there you are, fire sign. Spirit says, fire sign beauty, okay? Okay, the rememberer of lore. He holds a sacred harp. He is a vibratory instrument, just as you are. And you vibrate with solar energy. Uranus, shift, change, shocking, surprising, powerful, in a central position in your being. And the purpose is to stream that out, that vibration, so others can, okay, Spirit was saying this, Spirit's been talking about attenuation. There are a lot of meanings wrapped up in that. Okay, hang on one sec. All right. So Spirit's talking about the attenuation of your energy set point. How is it that you wield it? How is it that you set the flow of the vibration? How is it that you utilize it? And there's a wide spectrum for that. So going forward, that's what you're going to be learning about. That's why the soul journey is the outcome card, because you're going to take a journey and it's all about this. All right. So I'm going to read to you from the book while you look at the cards. Okay. So the beautiful rememberer of lore. Mediation, exposition of ideas, remembrance, genius, performance, spiritual counsel, sacred lore, faithful maintenance, all the notions that are wound up in the protector and the dedicator. His job is to send them forward. Right? So the dedicator steps into the circle for initiation. The protector of lore, it's like the presence of the sun. It just exists, Spirit says. The dedicator, however, has a job to do, and it's a very important one. So, the rememberer of lore shows the god Agma, the god of language and eloquence, and the creator of the Ogham alphabet. Okay, I'm hesitating because I'm reading the story in the book, and I think it's too long to go into. The gist of it is, anyone who was traveling along the road, if the sacred bard was there, singing his songs and reciting his poetry and sending out the vibration of his music, people would be immediately drawn to that, like a magnet, Spirit says. And they would be, there was something about the way it would speak to their memories and awaken their genealogy and cause them to be drawn into divinatory matters. So it's a lot of power. And the way I experience this energy is, I always call it the spark. There's a little spark that you can share with another being with love energy, and just give them some energy and literally spark their existence so they can go forward. Quietly done, lovingly done. That is the desire on your soul level. And that's why it is a reflection of what's happening here on the earth. You came here, Aries, for this moment. None other, Spirit says. You are here for this. You are becoming, there is a completion happening. Pardon me. And through these eclipses and the moon cycles, etc., you have come into yourself in order to be a highly creative soul. So again, if you look at the top row, we see a poet, a bard, a musician with a vibratory instrument in a central location in their lives, sitting next to the Queen of Art, who, let me show you that card. Hang on one sec. I'm going to show you Queen of Art. There she is. Did you see that? Spirit says that's what it's all about. Look at the energy coming off of her. Right? So, anybody who's got a fire set point, we're going to learn this, to sit in this throne, to sit next to the sacred fire of creation and be able to take up the energy of the spark, share it with others, use it to, okay, Spirit's talking about impregnate, meaning new beginnings in our own lives, but as a encapsulated ability going forward from here, right? And Spirit's been talking a lot about, once you have these moments, you don't walk back. You always know yourself. Whether or not you utilize is up to you, and it depends on the moment, doesn't it? So you're coming into a lot of wisdom, a highly creative time. Your soul, right? Spirit says your soul, because of what's happening on the human realm. And it's the outcome card. So let's talk about the last card. Spirit says it doesn't really need much explanation. I'm just going to tell you the story, okay? Sacred lovers. And, here's the other thing. Before I launch, Spirit says, so in all the earth readings, there's been a notion of this in one way or another, right? Fusion. It came out And the water sign reading is all about capturing power and utilizing the moments of Pluto and things like that. And the last reading that came out, I think, was Scorpio. And this idea started coming out about fusion and what it is to fuse yourself and to experience your energy rising, becoming activated, and going out into the universe for a journey. Right? That's what this is essentially about. And I think when I was doing, oh, there's a butterfly in the doorway. I always sit here with my door open. Um, I think in one of the Earth sign readings, I talked about Cassiopeia, and that was actually an error. There is a constellation in the sky that is aligned with the passage tombs and what can be seen from the passage tombs. There's somebody who mapped out what people could see 5,000 years ago from those tombs. In the days of summer, um, Cygnus is the correct name. Go and look. Okay, I might see if I can find that and post it. Spirit's talking with you about that because this couple, um, like it came through in many of the other readings for the earth signs, all about a sacred joining, union of the male and female, and what happens when they're able to join together. And every time it's always about, going on a sacred journey, of course, because we need both halves of ourselves. And I know some of you are having really intense relationship things going on in your life. But, in Soul Tarot, we're really sort of always talking about the self, the soul, your human journey as a reflection. So if you want to know more about your love relationship, schedule a reading. I do love relationships for couples, actually. So I think that is going to be very active going forward because of all the things that are coming out in the cards. Okay. So this couple had a spell placed upon them. They were not able to be together. This woman was turned into a fly and therefore not available to herself or to her lover. And she flew into the mouth of another woman in the banquet hall. She was immediately reborn, the spell was broken, and they ran together to the fireplace. And they stood in the firepower of the love energy. And they literally rose through the chimney. And when they got to the outside, to the air, they turned into swans and flew away. And swans mate for life. So Spirit's talking about, okay, the things I've already said about this moment is a completion. And certainly that's what this couple is experiencing. And I'm glad that it's here as a representation of the eclipse and all the things I said about the power of the energy of the sun. And Spirit is talking about the actual elements and talking about Uranus and talking about, Spirit's saying, go and study that a little bit, meaning look it up. Find out what that element aspects are so you understand the strings of your own energy. And when you begin to weave them together in order to join the tapestry, which is what this is really all about, then you will have the effect that you want to have deep down in your heart and in your soul. Because you know what? If you didn't care about those things, you wouldn't be here watching this, Spirit says. And I know it's true too. And I love you so much for being here. Thank you. It really does fill my heart with joy. So, Spirit says, that's that. And there's the outcome. The beautiful soul. Reflection of the elopement of skill, which was the sacred lovers. See what's happening? Your energies fuse together. There is a Kundalini awakening. The energy rises through the portal, walks out into the universe. There's the spiral of destiny. Into the sacred bowl, out of which all healing, all journeys, all good things come. And it is represented in this deck a lot. There are a lot of stories about the sacred cauldron. All right. So my head is spinning a little bit. I sort of feel like, I'm a Virgo sun sign. I have Aries rising, so I enjoyed that. But, woo, I feel like I've been in the blender. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Spirit keeps pointing to this and saying, and this is the prophecy. When all those things happen in the month of August, stand still in it. Let the eclipse shine on you and allow yourself to go really deep into your own nature, to encapsulate yourself. Watch that video, Spirit says, and please share anything about your experiences. It helps all of us on the thread below the video. Okay. When this is done processing, I'm going to put one of those little eye in the sky things up here, and you can just click on it. It'll take you to my website so you can book your reading. Okay. Thank you so much, Aries. I'm very excited about journeying with you in the days of August. It's going to be gorgeous and highly illuminated, isn't it? I'm going to leave you with the cards. Thanks, everyone.